In Lucas, Ohio, as the Cubs, the defending Mid-Buckeye Conference champions, kick things off against the team that gave them their lone loss last season, and that is the Comets of Kidron Central Christian. We got all the action coming your way on opening night from the Cub Cave on your smartphone, TV, PC, tablet, any smart device you have, and it is coming your way next.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Cub Cave on the campus of Lucas, Ohio. Lucas High School in Lucas, Ohio, for tonight's opening night contest between the Lucas Cubs and 1-0 Kidron Central Christian. Hello, everybody. My name is Travis Berardi alongside Joshua Banks. And Joshua, this is a Lucas Cubs squad that has high hopes for this season and their first test, a team that gave them their lone loss last year in the MBC.
Yeah, it's going to be a really entertaining game tonight. This Lucas team, full of seniors, full of talent, facing a very young Kidron Central Christian team that has 2 freshmen in their starting 5. So it'll be interesting to see the balance. Does Lucas play Lucas basketball, and what can these freshmen do against this Cubs defense that we all know and have come to love.
As we welcome you inside the Mechanics Bank pregame, and let's get right into the tone of things and look at our team spotlight first for the visitors, the Kidron Central Christian Comets. What's again brought to you by Mechanics Bank. Under head coach Craig Martin last year, decent year for them. 14-9, 8-2 in conference. They lost the sectional semifinal to fifth-seeded Mogadore in a close one, 57-45. Last year, they averaged 50 points per game. Defensively, 45 points, and they broke a 6-game losing streak in the second matchup of the season last year to the Cubs at home.
Yeah, 14-9, I mean, for Central Christian, that's a really good season for a team of their size. And when you run into Mogadore, I mean, you see their name in every sport they participate in. They're always a perennial playoff powerhouse. If they have a horrible season, they're going to come out and they're going to play their best basketball, football, baseball, whatever it is in the playoffs.
Yeah, and a team, they got to face tonight the Lucas Cubs, who have always pretty much been at the top of the MBC standings, the defending champions in the Mid-Buckeye Conference. And one of the biggest rosters they've had, junior varsity and varsity, under Taylor Eisman, their head coach, who broke the school record for wins in a career. 119 is where he stands right now. Last season, another great year, 19-5, 9-1. They lost in a great game in the district semifinal up at Willard, 44-41 to eventual district runner-up South Central. And last year, 53.5 points, and they only gave up 39.3 because this is once again a Lucas squad that will be up in your face defensively for 4 quarters.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun to watch tonight. 9-1 in the Mid-Buckeye. We already talked about that. They lost 34-33 to this Kidron team last year, who again has 2 freshmen on their roster. 3 freshmen on their roster, 2 in the starting lineup. This Lucas team is going to be out for blood tonight because they want to avenge that one blemish they had in the Mid-Buckeye last year.
Let's take a look at a couple players closer for the Lucas Cubs. And first, the leading scorer from last season, one Logan Toms, the junior. In 22 games last year, 16.2 points, 5.5 rebounds, 2 assists, 2.3 steals. And he put up some numbers against Central Christian in the 2 games, 29 points, 16 rebounds, 4 assists, and 7 steals.
A junior. I mean, you see it there. Most of their lineup's full of seniors. This kid has been an absolute sensation since he stepped on the floor as a freshman. He's going to continue to do those things for the Cubs.
Absolutely. He was a co-Mid-Buckeye Conference Player of the Year with Amar Davis and Mansfield Christian, and he was also an All-Ohioan. And, oh, by the way, his brother, Corbin Toms, not too bad himself as the senior. In 22 games last year, 12.2 points, 3.5 rebounds, 3.9 assists, 2.2 steals. Not as great numbers as his brother against Central Christian, but still pretty good.
Yeah, all Northwest District, all Mid-Buckeye Conference for Corbin last year. When you put those 2 brothers together, 3-4 assists a game, a lot of those going to his younger brother for open shots. It's going to be really fun to see how much more these 2 brothers continue to mesh as this season goes along.
Just about ready to go here from the Cub Cave. Let's set it down to the court for the playing of the national anthem, our Star Spangled Banner. Momentarily, we'll have the national anthem. If not, Adam Thompson is here to sing it for us if they are unable to. Back now inside the Mechanics Bank pregame show. I'm Travis. That's Joshua. There's Hayden Gray up there on the camera next to me, and the arm of Adam Thompson, our producer. This should be a good matchup tonight for the Lucas Cubs, a team that, you know, in this district, in Division 4, the Willard District, Margaretta moves up to D3. Colonel Crawford drops to D4, and those Firelands Conference squads, don't really know about them. They've lost a lot, so this may be one of the favorites in the whole district. That Willard District, we'll have to find out if they can, you know, get to that point where we're all thinking maybe it's going to be Colonel Crawford and Lucas in that district final, all the way, you know, down in March.
End of March, that'll be a fun matchup to watch.
Still got a while to go, though, right?
I believe we had a conversation earlier. They might be on each other's schedule this year.
There is.
And I tell you what, you know, whether it's beginning of March, end of February, a Lucas-Colonel Crawford matchup before the district tournament would be great.
And now let's take a look tonight at the keys to victory first for those Lucas Cubs. What do they need to do to get the dub on opening night? And, well, let's start with your two first.
Yeah, force turnovers and run the floor. Typical Lucas Cub basketball. They're going to get in your face, they're going to force turnovers, and they're going to get up and down the floor as fast as they can. And if they do that tonight, it'll be very successful.
Absolutely. And find balance in the squad. You know, it's your first game, kind of feeling out, you know, with what you have a lot of players returning as well, all juniors and seniors on the roster for varsity. But just to get that team clicking together as one on opening night, to find that balance. And now for the keys to victory for Kidron Central Christian. And once again, we will start with your keys, Joshua.
Yeah, limit turnovers and slow down the pace.
So kind of like the football team, Lucas.
Yes.
Slow it down.
Slow it down. Don't let Lucas run the floor on you. Make them play your tempo of game. And just like last year, you can come into the Cub Cave and pull off the upset.
And find open shots. So you're going to be facing that big defense of Lucas, but you might as well, you know, if you can get an open shot, take it, because that's the one way, if you can slow it down to stay in this game, is find some open shots, make some good shots, and slowing it down. Now let's take a look at the starters for both sides. First for the Cubs of Lucas and their starting five under head coach Taylor Iceman. The Toms brothers, Logan and Corbin, Zach Deal, Aiden Culler, and Andrew Smolin. Like I said, this is a varsity squad. 15 players, all juniors and seniors, so this is a team that knows how to play basketball. They're a very veteran squad.
Yeah, I can't ask for much more out of your starting lineup. I mean, you're loaded with seniors, a very talented junior. It's going to be a lot of fun to watch tonight.
And now for the lineups for Kidron Central Christian. And looking at their roster, only 6 complete varsity players on this roster. But you know, they didn't play JV tonight. The girls actually, varsity squads, played before this just so they could have numbers up for their head coach, Craig Martin. But Richard Carr, Brian Martin, Lyle Ensley, Silas Coleman, and Thatcher Rower. He's the one to watch for Central Christian tonight, the senior. Yeah,
the senior's the one to watch, but like we talked about, how do those 2 freshmen come into this atmosphere? I know it's game 2 for them, but you're in this atmosphere. The Cub Cave is going to be loud tonight, and these Cubs are going to be out for revenge. So how do those 2 freshmen, I think they're going to be the key tonight for Central Christian. How do they handle the pressure of this game?
And that'll do it for the Mechanics Bank pregame show. We are moments away from tip here, tipping off the 2022-23 high school basketball season for the Lucas Cubs. We want to thank everybody for watching on the OH Report this evening. And as always, thank you for watching free to fans, thanks to our sponsors. Any final words for you, Joshua, before we tip it off?
Time for some Friday night basketball.
We are underway. Tip 1 by Central Christian. That's Rower in the corner. Cubs in their man-to-man defense, and they get a turnover right off the bat, but they give it right back.
Yeah, and there's
just
that,
on the line. Yeah.
And there's that defense by the Cubs right off the rip. Rower gets it in the corner. They try to cut down low, and the Toms brothers are there together to force the turnover. Unfortunately, there was a foot on the baseline.
Martin inbound. He does get it in to Ensley. Running the play to Coleman, but he's guarded closely by Zach Deal. Rower inside. Gets it back out to the perimeter. Carr is going to try and drive. Up and under, right side to Martin. 3 in the air by Ensley. Off the backboard, no good. Rebound, Lucas. They'll get their first possession of the season.
Yeah, and we're going to see what type of offense they want to run this year. They're going to want to push. Looks like Central Christian's in a zone, and they're going to force a turnover. And that is going to be a turnover on the Cubs. Toms tries to split the defense and just loses control of the ball.
Gave it away on the opening possession, and Central Christian will get their second possession of the game. 7:13 gone by here. Left in the first quarter on the Ohio Valley Manufacturing scoreboard. Cubs in the full court, man-to-man. Martin gets it, throws it back over to Ensley. Gets across the timeline. Closely guarded by Logan Toms. Kicks it out. Martin for 3 off the back iron, no good. Rebound to Corbin.
Yeah, and you see off the rip, these 2 freshmen for Kidron are their 2 main ball handlers, as we're going to have a foul on the Comets.
I believe it's going to go against Rower, his first. Actually, no. They're going to call it against Coleman. That'll be his first, the first foul of the game by both sides. Lucas will inbound underneath the bucket. Smolin gets it in to Logan Toms. Leading scorer from the Cubs a year ago, All-Ohioan. Gets it to his brother Corbin on the elbow. Nice dish to Deal. Takes it up, and he's going to go to the line for 2 free throws. The foul going to go against Rower this time. His first, team second as you look at the replay.
Yeah, and that's just a great job by Toms to catch that ball in the elbow and find the open guy, cut to the hoop, and Teal. And we'll see if he can step to the line, knock down the first 2 points of the game for the Cubs.
Last season Deal, 2 of 4 from the line.
Small sample size.
Only 12 games played last year. Coming in this season, though, he's getting more time as a starter. That's going to sit on the rim for a couple seconds and fall off, no good.
Didn't quite have what we call the shooter's touch there. Rolled off the side of the rim.
Second free throw up, and that is no good, but an offensive rebound. Put back, no good. Another offensive rebound by Culler, and he puts it in.
Great job by Culler to crash the offensive glass and get 2 layup attempts and converts on the second one.
2-0 Cubs here, minute and a half into the game. Comets pushing it, and a little bit too much of the body by Logan Toms will send Richard Carr to the line for his first couple free throws.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about that one there. That was great defense by both Cubs there to try to prevent the layup.
It was clean up top, but they always say down low is that you get too much body on it, and that sometimes causes the foul. First free throw good, it's 2-1. Second in the air, off the iron, rebound, stays with Central Christian. Reverse layup, no good. Lucas comes out with it.
Yeah, great job there by Toms to stay on his feet and not draw that second early foul.
Logan, top of the key, loses it for a second, closely guarded by Carr. Goes into the corner, back out to him. 2 minutes gone by, opening quarter, 2-1 Cubs. Toms over to Corbin. The brothers playing a 2-man game so far. Nice backdoor cut lob, good. Corbin Toms. Perfectly executed.
What a play call by Coach Eisman to beat the 2-3 zone. Backdoor cut, lob from brother to brother. There's that connection that we were talking about pregame.
4-1 Cubs. Step back by Carr off the iron, no good. Another miss. Back comes Lucas quick. Right side, Corbin. He's going to try to drive it in, kicks it back out. Smolin for 3. No good. Rebound to Carr. He's going to try to push it up. Gets knocked off of him last second. Great job by Zach Deal to force the turnover as we get our first substitution of the game as Drew Baderscher will check in for the Comets.
Yeah, and now the Comets have 3 freshmen on the floor at this point, as that's just great hustle there by Deal to knock that off a Carr.
Comets still in that 2-3 zone. Corbin gets to the corner for Smolin for 3. Off the back iron, but Toms gets to the rebound. Stripped away, though. Into the lane. Left-handed layup, no good. And Deal's able to get the rebound.
Great hustle defense. Deal comes from one side of the floor to the other to prevent that easy layup for Inslee.
Logan gets it to Smolin. Trapped at the baseline. Gets it back out. Corbin forced it inside. Where's it going to go? It's going to stay with Lucas. Knocked out of bounds by Rower.
Lucas doing a really good job. They're trying to play the dead spot in the zone, and that was just a forced pass down there into the corner by the Cubs.
Smolin gets the inbound to Corbin. Forces one up, but he's fouled, and he'll go to the line for 2. So you've seen the Cubs early on here in this one, taking it to the hole, drawing the foul, and getting to the line.
Yeah, and that's something these Cubs love to do. They want to get to the basket. They're going to fight for every bucket that they get. They don't want any easy baskets. Tom's first one's up and good. Cubs now lead 5-1, 4:32 left here in the first quarter.
He was a 55% free throw shooter last season. Second free throw up and around and in.
He does get that shooter's roll.
4 points for him. It's 6-1. Central Christian trying to force it ahead, but it's intercepted by Lucas. Cubs have a chance to add on. Over the Corbin, jump stops. He's going to drive it into the elbow. Puts up the shot, yes.
Corbin Toms looking like the Corbin Toms from last year. He's going to get to the paint. He's going to get some easy shots, and when they start going, they're going to be dangerous. And there's that Cub defense.
He gets the interception.
And we're going to have a Cubs timeout after the interception.
Yeah, great job by him as he's falling to the ground to get the call. And Lucas starting to roll here, especially, they've shown that defense so far, forcing 5 turnovers thus far in this first quarter.
And most of those turnovers have turned into points for the Cubs as they want to get a turnover and push the pace.
So take a look at head coach Taylor Eisman and his squad. 119 wins, a school record for any coach in the history of Lucas basketball. And you and I were talking before, he's not going anywhere either. He loves it here. He has some young kids. He's one of his younger kids in the huddle as well. He's going to see them through at least when they get into high school. And just the numbers that they have, 15 juniors and seniors, and then they have another large amount of freshmen, sophomore, and a couple juniors on the JV squad. So this is a Lucas Cubs squad that they're built for quite a while. Back to action now.
Yeah, and with Coach Eisman, I mean, he's got a dream job. He's an AD here. He's at his alma mater. I mean, what more could you ask for? Winningest coach in school history.
And he's built quite the program. Cubs on the first possession since the timeout. Reverse layup, no good by Collar. Rebound out to Central Christian. Yet to hit a field goal here, 4.5 minutes into the opening quarter. Martin just throws one up, no good, and they remain cold from the field.
Yeah, and it's just that Lucas Cub defense. They're going to do everything they can. They're going to make every shot difficult, and it's showing here in the beginning as Deal's going to hoist a 3 and miss.
Rebound out to Central Christian. They're going to push it ahead. Bardisher. Back to Martin. Now to Inslee. Working it around the perimeter, but they've had trouble getting it inside the lane. Martin's going to try another 3. Again off the mark, but it's rebounded by Rower. Another chance. Another 3 in the air. Again off the back iron. This time the rebound will come to Lucas, and we'll get a foul about 80 feet away from the bucket. Frustration foul there against Coleman. That'll be his second.
Yeah, and it looks like these Central Christian Comets are willing to live and die by the 3-point shot tonight. And if they start falling, we're going to have a ball game. But as of right now, they're ice cold from the field.
Yeah, they've had those open looks, like we said, into our keys to the game, just haven't been able to hit. And against a Cubs squad like that, you can't do that. You have to play near perfect offensively if you want to get some points. Cubs on the offensive attack. We're going to get a foul, offensive foul inside. I believe we had a moving screen.
On Smolin.
Yep. You see him kind of offensive blocking like on the football field, but that'll be his first, team's second.
Yeah, a great call there by the official. He tried to walk the guy out of bounds to give Caller a wide open layup, and they're not going to let that slide.
2:35 left here in the opening quarter on the Ohio Valley Manufacturing scoreboard. 8-1 Lucas. Central Christian, Rower gets it into the corner as Ensley works it around to Martin. Martin into the lane, puts one up, airballed it, rebound to Lucas. They're still cold from the field. Quickly ahead, Toms puts it up and in. Logan Toms' first bucket of the game. It's 10-1.
Yeah, and how about the layup there by Toms to get all the way to the hoop and go finish.
3 in the air by Carr. High off the backboard, no good. It's going to get knocked out of bounds by Central Christian, but Lucas will maintain possession as the Cubs get their first substitution, or first two actually, is Hunter Church and Josh Bircher will check in. Both seniors getting their first looks of the season.
Yeah, and I tell you what, with this many players on the roster for the Lucas Cubs, Coach Eisman's got a lot of depth to play with, especially in games that have kind of started the way this one has.
Inside the lane, puts one up. Banks are open for Hayden Culler. He has 4 points. It's 12-1 Cubs, coming up on 90 seconds left in the opening quarter. Martin quickly into the lane, puts up the shot. Good and one, and finally Central Christian has something going offensively. Their first field goal of the game coming 6 minutes and 27 seconds in.
Yeah, and that foul is going to go on Logan Toms. He's going to pick up his second with still a minute and a half to go here in the first quarter. So let's see how much this plays into how Coach Eisman has to play him, especially in the second quarter of this game, because he's a very important part of their offense and defense.
Well, Deal was sitting on the bench getting a quick breather. Midway through his drink of water, Coach putting him right back in to replace Toms. And we're going to get a foul against Rower. That'll be his second. Bit of a shove there. So Lucas will get the ball back. And that's the 5th foul. 90 seconds left, opening quarter. 12-4 Cubs here on opening night. Toms over the Deal. Gets it to Church. Forces it inside the Corbin. He gets it down into the lane, puts it up and in. I mean, that's tough to guard when that's all the Toms brothers do. They can just body you inside the lane and get a good shot.
Yeah, he caught that ball on the elbow. He took one dribble, drop step, and went up for a layup. You can't ask for much more than that, especially out of a point guard.
Nice take to the hole for Rower's first points.
And here comes Central Christian. I mean, once you see the ball go in once, it hits a spark for you, and we'll see what they do the rest of this quarter.
8-point game here with 40 seconds left in the opening quarter. Corbin, he has 8 points already in the first. Gets it over to Deal, fakes the 3. And we'll get a foul. That'll be the 6th against Central Christian. That's going to go against Carr, and it'll be Carr's first.
And Central Christian really pushing their luck here. 6 fouls, 32 seconds to go. Whole another quarter before those fouls reset, and Lucas is almost in the bonus as Carr does a great job defensively to get a steal there.
Oh, my. So tough break there for head coach Craig Martin. He was calling, he said something with the word time in it, and the ref thought he was calling timeout. Stopped the play. Referee said it's his time. It's his fault, so they'll re-inbound, but they had a good look at the bucket. One-handed shot. Tough one for Carr. He could have had a chance to bring the ball down and get a better shot off, but Lucas will get it back.
Catch the ball, take one dribble, go back up if you're Carr there, and it's either an easier layup or you're going to get fouled, as Toms is going to look to dribble out the clock here.
10 seconds left in the opening quarter. Toms double team for the moment, gets it backdoor to Church, but off his hand, another turnover. The 4th by the Cubs with 5.5 left. They'll give the full court pressure to force a tough shot. They get it to Carr on the run for 3 before the buzzer. In and out, no good. Put back. We're going to get a foul with 0.6 seconds left. Wait, are they going to call this on? They're going to say on the floor. That's why. For a second, Central Christian was arguing, thinking maybe it was against them, but no, the referee's going to call it on the floor. So we'll have a chance at a tip in here.
The foul's going to be on Deal.
That's his first, team's fourth. This is just a catch-release situation. No good. And that is how quarter number 1 will end. We've played 8 minutes here in the Cub Cave. Lucas leading 14-6.
We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
(14-6) Lucas leads after 8 minutes here on opening night in the Cub Cave. Travis Berardi alongside Joshua Banks, and Lucas bench right in front of us, and Coach Eisman not really happy with his squad at how that quarter ended. It was 12-1, but a 5-2 run by Central Christian kind of got them back into this game.
Yeah, and I mean, we heard Coach Eisman, you got to play defense. Kidron missed a lot of wide open shots in that first quarter that makes this a completely different ball game if they make half of them.
Shot by Church, no good. Rebound to Central Christian, but he gave it up. Another turnover, the 6th against Central Christian, as, just slipped out of the hands of Carr, gave it up, and Lucas will get another possession here to start quarter number 2.
Yeah, and that's where that slow it down that we talked about in pregame comes into play. You force the shot, they miss the shot, you get that rebound, get the ball up the floor, slow it down, and get a good shot.
Inside layup again, too strong, no good. Rebound Central Christian. Michael Howard now into the game for the Cubs, the junior guard. Nice give and go, layup shot, good. Drew Bardisher onto the board. That was a pretty pass to get Central Christian now to within 6.
Yeah, great pass and cut there by Central Christian. I mean, Bardisher got a wide open layup, got a step on his man, and just took it all the way to the hoop for the easy finish.
And a travel against the Cubs. So their last 5 possessions going back to the last quarter, 2 empty possessions, 3 turnovers. Lucas now with 5 for the game.
Yeah, and you can't, if you're the Cubs, you can't have that. I mean, like we just talked about, you were up 12-1, going a minute 30-ish left in that first quarter, and now it's 14-8, and Central Christian is feeling like they're right back in this basketball game.
Ensley gets it inside the rower. Double team, kicks it back out. Open 3 for Coleman. In and out. Rebound to Church. They got the look again, just unable to hit it. Back comes Lucas. Smolin bullets it off the hands of Church, too strong, and another turnover. Now we're even at 6. Talking with Coach Eisman before the game, he says, despite they had the 6-game winning streak until losing in the second game last season to Central Christian, they always play us tough. It's always a frustrating game against Central Christian. And you get those. Some matchup with just rivals, it doesn't matter who you play, when you play them, who you have. It's just a tough matchup, and that's what we're seeing again tonight.
Yeah, and it really looks like it. And following Lucas, any team that plays a 2-3 zone against them, they struggle because they're not a team that wants to shoot the ball from the outside. They want to get in the lane, they want to get layups, they want to get bunnies, and they want to get fouled. It's hard to do that against the zone that Central Christian plays. 6:18
left in the half, 14-8 Lucas. Carr He's going to try to drive it in. They're going to get a block. And that's going to go against Hunter Church. His first.
Yeah, and as you see here, a great take by Carr to get around his man and get to the lane.
And I think they called that more for the flop. It did look like Carr put the hand on, kind of extended it out just a little bit, but. And they're going to. Are they. Okay, for a second, one of the referees thought he was shooting as he was fouled, but it was before the shot. They got it correct. They'll inbound underneath the hoop. 6:11 left here in the half. Inbounds the Barsher. Now to Rower. Carr for three. In and out again. Just some tough luck right now shooting from beyond the arc for Central Christian.
And once these shots start to fall for Central Christian, it's going to make this a very entertaining basketball game, as it's already entertaining now.
Howard, double team. Gets it into the corner to Smolin. Smolin finally gets it away to Corbin Toms. Nice one-handed catch to keep that alive.
Showing why he plays wide receiver on the football team with that catch.
Tried forcing it inside, but Church turns it over again. The 7th turnover by the Cubs as Logan Toms is going to have to check back in. 3 by Carr, again off the mark. Running around, and Corbin gets the rebound. 13th defensive rebound by Lucas already in this game. Corbin.
And again at Central Christian, you know, they're getting the looks that they want. They're just not falling, as they're going to have a run out here with Ensley.
And he gets the finish. Ensley now on the board, and it's 14-10. 5 minutes left here, opening quarter.
These Comets just are not going to go away lightly. The Cubs are really going to have to find something offensively to beat this 2-3 zone.
Left side to Howard. Gets it to Smolin, takes the layup shot. Good. Finally breaks the streak. Andrew Smolin on the board. 16-10.
And there it is. Like we just heard Coach Eisman say, the baseline's going to be open. Beat the zone with the baseline. Go get a layup.
Quick passes, movement. That's what helps beat that. 3 in the air by Bartisher. Off the mark again. And they still can't hit from beyond the arc. Back comes Lucas. Toms. No look pass left side. Back out to Corbin. Drives it in. Gets the pass off, but it goes out of bounds. And they're going to say another turnover, as a couple subs will come back in. Deal and Logan Toms will come back in after the 9th turnover by Lucas.
Actually, I believe we are going to have an offensive foul on Corbin Toms there.
Let's see the replay. He created contact, but I don't see a lowering of the shoulder. I see the contact. I'm not going to say much because this is game 1 for everybody on the floor per se, but I don't see why that calls for an offensive foul there. It kind of looked like mutual possession there.
Well, and I'll say it now, if anybody out there watching this stream, we are looking for officials in the state of Ohio, and it's very easy to obtain your license. If you're interested and you think you can do the job, more power to you. But I think
Absolutely.
Travis and I will sit here and do what we're doing.
I will do this. But, yeah. Anyway, after the turnover, Central Christian back down 6. Bartisher gets it over to Coleman for 3 off the back iron. Another miss from beyond the arc. Rebound to Corbin. Right side to Logan. Logan gets it quickly inside to Smolin. And a 3-second violation for another turnover. Rarely do you see that anymore in basketball, but, I mean, when you pitch a tent in there, they'll call it.
And these Cubs really just have to, they've got to get out of their own heads. They've got to start playing the Lucas basketball that we've seen them play. But like we talked about, Central Christian is always a tough game for them, and we're seeing why right now.
And a great scene for the Lucas Cubs. Jaden Walter checking in. He missed the last 2 seasons due to ACL tears. That's why you see braces on both knees. Finally, he's able to get back in and play for the Cubs. A great sight for Lucas fans, and we'll see if he can help keep this lead for the Cubs as we go under 4 minutes left in the half. Right side, Rower. Spin move, layup shot too strong. Rebound to Smolin.
And that's great defense there by Walter. The first thing you see him come in, and he locks down Rower on the defensive end.
Corbin, jump stop. Gets it right side, layup in and out, no good. Rebound, bouncing around, still alive, and it will go to Central Christian, but the long outlet throw taken away by Corbin.
And there's Corbin's getting a little lazy with that pass. Almost stolen away by Central Christian.
That might be a little frustration, too, because he was hounded there defensively beyond the timeline.
Oh, great job defensively. Central Christian continuing to play this 2-3 zone that is just a menace for these Cubs.
Smolin fouled. He'll go to the line. This will be a 1-and-1. Foul will be the third on Silas Coleman.
And now we'll see how deep this Central Christian bench really is, as it looks like Carr is going to check back in to replace Coleman.
Case and Antrican will check in for Lucas. Ten Cubs have already seen time here tonight. First free throw up and good by Andrew Smolin. That's his third point. It's 17-10. Cubs on a mini 3-0 run here the last 4 minutes. Second free throw, nothing but net. Maybe a little bit of rim, but still goes in.
Calm, cool, and collected. Big free throws after the way Central Christian's been playing. Let's see what type of, is Central Christian going to continue to get wide open shots?
Nice up and under move, but it doesn't go down. Had the look, but that's been the story of the night for Central Christian, just unable to get the ball to go through the net. Right side, three in the air by Antrican. In and out. But Lucas with the rebound. That's Walter. And we'll get a jump ball. Change of possession. Coach Eisman not happy with that call. Thought that Walter was fouled before the mutual possession. And Deal is going to have to check out with blood on his jersey. Corbin Toms will check back in. So this is the second time we've seen one of the starting players sit down only momentarily for a break, but have to get taken right back in. Coming up on 2 minutes left here, opening half. Almost said opening quarter, opening half. Lucas by 8. And we're going to get an offensive foul. Finally, they're going to call that kind of shove by Carr. You'll see here on the replay. It wasn't the first contact. It was the second where he extended the arm. And referees are going to call that every time. The first contact, you're able to get that shoulder in. But when you extend the arm, that's when there are problems. When you extend the arm. Under 2 to play. Corbin gets across the timeline.
As the 11th Cub's going to check in, as Grayson Jackson now checks into the game for the Cubs. And there's another Cub turnover. Carr's going to look to push, and they're going to call a carry there as he over-exaggerated with that left hand as he tried to beat the defense.
9th turnover by Central Christian. .142 remaining here in the first half. Back out to Corbin. Fakes the shot, goes to Logan. Left side, Smolin for 3. Off the iron, offensive rebound. Logan is going to be fouled on the ground, but he will get free throws as that foul is going to go on Ensley.
That's going to be his second. So you see that's the third Central Christian Comet that's got 2 or more. And we've still got a whole other half of football to play. Basketball to play.
Well, it is kind of hard to determine that because there's a bunch of football players from Lucas on the team. So saying all these names does remind you
Well, and I tell you what, there's been a lot of contact out here on the basketball floor tonight too. So that's Caller's gonna check back in for the Cubs.
And we're going to get a sideline warning against the Lucas bench. So Logan Toms will go to the line. First free throw, good. 67% free throw shooter last season.
Cubs extend that lead to 9. They're forcing the turnovers that we talked about that they needed to do in the pregame. They just are not converting as consistently off of those turnovers as they'd like.
Well, Coach Eisman was saying to the rest before that warning that it should have been a 2-shot foul, but Logan's such a great free throw shooter, made it a 2-shot foul anyway, made both, as he will check back out. Lucas back on top by 10, 20-10. Long throw out once again the car. Lucas able to get back this time, however. Backdoor cut by Martin. Kicks it out. Long three in the air. No good. Rebound to Lucas. So we approach a minute left in the first half.
And if Central Christian starts knocking down some of these deep shots, we're looking at a completely different ball game. Stolen away by Inslee.
Gets it to Carr. Puts the layup shot up and in. His first field goal, his third point. It's 20-12. Corbin slowing things down as he gets across the timeline. Right side the deal. Quick passing inside. Baseline. Bad angle. Miss. And we're going to get a foul 95 feet away by Hayden Culler. That'll be his first.
His first, team 7th.
That will be a 1-and-1 for Central Christian here for the last 39.7 of the half. Only one player with 2 fouls for Lucas. That's Logan Toms. Everybody else with 1. However, Central Christian, 3 players with 2 fouls, 1 with 3. So they're hoping to get to the break without any more fouls because they are in foul trouble with their 6 varsity players. First free throw, good. Berardi with his third point.
And is this all going to take for these Central Christian Comets to get on a roll, even going into the second half, seeing a couple baskets go through? Does that boost the confidence for you?
Makes them both.
As those were about as smooth as it gets from the free throw line.
Touchdown lead here for the Cubs, 21-14. As we come up on 30 seconds left. Corbin over the deal. 2-man game. Now they get Antrican involved. 3 in the air. Too strong. Offensive rebound. Puts it back up and in. Kaysen with the bucket. It's 23-14 with 10 seconds left. Berardi gets it to Carr. Carr with 4 seconds gets it stripped. Deal before the buzzer puts it up. He's fouled right before the buzzer. Will get free throws to end the half.
Great defense there by Deal to force that turnover and to outrun the Central Christian defense to get down the court and get that foul.
Foul's going to be against Martin, his first. So the players will all go to the bench except for Zach Deal. Deal missed 2 free throws earlier here in the game. Makes that 0 for 3.
In and out around the rim, just won't go in.
This to make it a 23-14 game at the break. Got it. And that's how the first half will end. We played 2 quarters in this Mid-Buckeye Conference clash. Lucas leading by 10, 24-14. We'll take a break and be back with the Mechanics Bank halftime, stats analysis, and much more right here, exclusively on the OH Report.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Inside the Mechanics Bank halftime show. Lucas leading Central Christian 24-14 on opening night. Travis Berardi alongside Joshua Banks. And, you know, Lucas defense pretty much what we expected. Offensively, a bit sloppy there in that second quarter to keep Central Christian within 10 points.
Yeah, and it's the 2-3 zone that Central Christian's running. It gives Lucas fits every year when they play this team twice a year, unfortunately. They don't have the shooters to be able to sit in a corner, one in each corner, and a guy down low to be able to kick it to the corner, make the three, and force Central Christian out of the zone. And that's where they're struggling right now.
And let's take a look now at our halftime statistics here inside the halftime show, brought to you by Mechanics Bank. Lucas with the 24-14 lead. Score by quarter so far, 14-6 Lucas in the first quarter, 10-8 in the second. Let's take a look, field goals. All field goals by both sides inside the arc, yet to make a free three-pointer tonight. And the numbers aren't deceiving you from Central Christian. 10 boards, 10 turnovers, 10 fouls. They were near perfect from the free throw line, 4 or 5. But then on the other side, Lucas pretty much holding Central Christian to one and done. 24 boards, 18 of those on the defensive end. However, 12 turnovers. That's the reason it's a 10-point game right now. 7 and 10 from the free throw line, however.
And another reason it's a 10-point game is, I mean, Central Christian's probably put up, I'd say, 8 to 10 threes, maybe even more, and they have yet to knock one down yet. Once these shots start falling for Central Christian, which it's going to happen, they're going to eventually see one go through, and that's going to change their confidence. They're going to be able to fight right back into this game because they're not scared to shoot the ball.
And my apologies, I told Adam, it's actually 23-14. That one's on me. 9-8 Lucas in that second quarter, not 10-8, so 23-14. That's on me, my apologies. But Lucas still with a 9-point lead, and you just got to think they just have to clean things up in the second half. They want to get, really get going. But on the other side, Central Christian starts hitting some of those shots that they've had. They stay the same. So, what other halftime adjustments would you make for both sides?
Central Christian, I wouldn't change a thing. I mean, the shots you're getting are wide open. You can't ask for much better looks than what you're getting. You just have to hope that they start to fall. And if you're Lucas, slow down. I know you want to run. I know you want to play Lucas basketball, but that's forced you into 12 turnovers. That's not Coach Iceman, and that's not Lucas Cup basketball. 12 turnovers is so uncharacteristic for them. Slow down. It's your first game of the year. Find your footing back on the basketball court. So many of these kids just coming off a playoff run like they always do. Get in a rhythm, and then get yourself running up and down the floor.
Let's take a look at the Cubs getting warmed up here, about 90 seconds away from starting the second half. We had one game earlier being played. There was no JV game, but the girls' side of Lucas Central Christian as Lucas beat Central Christian 43-34. There's your leading scorer this evening thus far, Corbin Toms, 8 points on 3 made field goals and 2 for 2 from the free throw line. Corbin, the leading scorer, he had 16 points total in the 2 games they had last year, so he's doing pretty well thus far. I want to thank everybody that helped make things possible tonight for us, sponsor-wise. Mechanics Bank, our halftime sponsor, pregame sponsor, postgame sponsor. Ohio Valley Manufacturing, our scoreboard sponsor. BS Media Productions, they will sponsor our MVP. And then Spherion Mid-Ohio, a commercial sponsor as well. Thank you all for allowing us to bring you these games for free. But just about ready to go here in the second half. 23-14. 6 different Lucas Cubs into the scoring column in the first half. 5 for Central Christian. Silas Coleman, the lone player for Central Christian that's been in thus far, not to get into the score book.
And we talked about it not even on the air, just before we even got on the air. Central Christian has 6 players on their varsity roster. Granted, they have several players down on their bench, but those 6 players on the varsity roster are the only 6 Comets to see the floor so far. Is Coach Martin going to have to dig a little bit deeper into that bench with the foul trouble that he's having? We'll wait and see in the second half.
Cubs will get possession to start. They will go now left to right. White jerseys, orange numbering. Central Christian right to left on your screen. Blue jerseys, white. numbering. Cubs with a play to start off. Can't get the first look, so they'll swing it around. Corbin. Right side to Andrew Smolin. Inside, layup shot, no good. But Logan Toms will start things off with a couple free throw attempts.
Yeah, and it looks like that's going to be on Rohrer. That's going to be his third as well. So you've got Coleman, you've got Rohrer, both with 3 fouls apiece.
Referees. It's actually 15, so that's going to be the 4th on Silas Coleman. So even worse for the Comets, as not even 20 seconds in, and Silas Coleman has 4 fouls. Tom's first free throw, good.
Smooth as the other side of the table.
(24-14) now the score. I was just predicting the beginning of the second half, folks, that's all. Second free throw up. And no good, so it will remain 24-14. Rebound out to Central Christian. They'll get their first look at the second half. Martin picked up the dribble, gets it right side to Bardisher. Back to Martin. Works it around to Ensley. Rohrer will drive it in, kick it out. Martin for 3. Airballed that one, and we're going to get a foul on the rebound against Carr. That'll be his 3rd. That's not what you want to see, especially when you don't have position like that. Carr tried reaching around to slap the ball out, but 95 feet away from the bucket, not what you want to see to get your 3rd foul.
But again, there's the Comets getting a wide open look from 3, just unable to convert. Something's really going to have to, they're going to have to change something defensively to get rid of these wide open shots.
Lucas nearly gives it away, but we'll get it back to Logan. Now to Corbin. Just over a minute gone by here, second half. Smolin in the corner. Gets it to Corbin. Tried the backwards toss. He turns it over, the 13th against the Cubs.
I think it was expecting Logan to cut to the hoop there, as you're going to see a 3-ball up and another miss by the Comets. Corbin gets the rebound.
Across the timeline, left side to Logan. He will try a 3. Swish, there it is. The first 3 of the year for Lucas. And Coach Martin's going to take a timeout, a 60-second timeout, as Lucas has come out on a 4-0 run. Nothing but the bottom of the net.
And that's what the Cubs are going to have to do to beat this zone. They're going to have to find a shooter. They're going to have to hit an open shot. As soon as they start knocking that shot down consistently, it's going to force Central Christian out of this zone, and that's when the Cubs offense can really start going to work and getting in the paint.
Logan only made 19 threes. He was 19 of 40 last year from beyond the arc, but that's not a bad way to get your season started from back there. Hits the 3. He now tied with his brother Corbin for the lead in points, 8 each. Good to see Coach Taylor Eisman. Tough break also for the basketball team. Ty Lenhart, he's out with a meniscus injury. Said he's getting a brace off next week, hopefully, but he will be out for 12 weeks. Hopefully they'll get him back to the end of the season in tournament time. Also, Andrew Finello hurt himself during football season. He will not be playing for the Cubs. Those are 2 some tough breaks for this squad, but they do still have the pieces to compete and be a good team, as you're seeing here tonight. Coming up on 6 minutes left, third quarter. 13-point lead, the largest of the night for Lucas. Martin looking inside, gets it back to Carr. Carr at the top of the key, reverses himself, gets it back out front. Rohrer now will try to drive it in. From the elbow, off the rim, no good. Rebound to Smolin.
And again, it's a great look for the Comets. They're just unable to convert.
Logan gets it around the Corbin. He's going to try a deep 3. In and out, no good. Carr with the rebound.
It's a great shot there for Corbin Toms, just unable to knock it down. And like I said, that's what the Cubs are going to have to do. They're going to have to start not being afraid to shoot the 3-ball.
Martin tried the up and under, but Smolin wasn't having anything to do with it. He'll back it out. Martin will try a three, and this time he hits finally from beyond the arc. Martin hits. He has 6 points, and it's back to a 10-point game, 27-17.
And we'll see what type of confidence that gives Martin. He's going to continue to hoist it, but to see him one go through helps some more go down later on.
Corbin into the lane, gets it to Smolin, layup good, and that's what Lucas needs to do to break that 2-3 zone, get to the middle of the zone, then dish it off to the block.
Great job by Toms getting inside the paint, finding a wide open Smolin for a layup.
Hensley gets it to Carr. He will unhitch a three. Can't get the bounce, though, and the rebound goes to Aiden Culler. Quickly ahead, Corbin into the lane. Jump stop off the glass. A sweet kiss for two. He has 10. And now head coach Taylor Eisman is going to get a 30-second timeout as Lucas already with 8 points here in the quarter.
Banks open on Lucas.
Mechanics Bank ATM open for business here tonight. As Lucas leading now 31-17, their largest of the night. And now those Cubs are finally breaking that 2-3 zone. It's haunted them for most of the night. Now on the other end of things, you see Coach Martin, you got to close down that lane inside. Last couple times, Corbin's been able to go right down Main Street to get that extra pass. You got to stay a little bit closer, especially those top two guys on the elbows. Got to shut that down. Make him go out left, right. As you see, he went right down the middle and finishes.
Well, and that's the transition. That's the hustle by the Cubs. You had 5 guys down the floor for Lucas as Central Christian still trying to get back on defense. They're going to out-hustle everybody they play. That's just Lucas basketball. But again, Central Christian, they're not out of this game yet as that pass goes awry.
What's going to happen here is Lucas is going to be able to inbound all the way back underneath the hoop with this miscommunication. So Coach Eisman wanted to give his team a chance to set up that full court press, and it works as Central Christian turns it over for the 11th time tonight. And now with a possession here, Lucas has a really good chance of breaking this game open for the first time this evening. Smolin gets it to Corbin again at the top of the key, puts it up this time off the rim, no good. Rebound to Rower, but that was the right look that they wanted.
That's a great look there by Corbin Toms as we're going to have a blocking foul called on Logan Toms here. That's going to be his third.
Team's fourth of the second half. And after saying he had a good shot, Corbin, I think Coach Eisman wanted him to take it to the hole. Instead, he pulled back and jumped, and now we're going to get a reach and foul by Deal. So the fifth, and this is exactly what Central Christian needs. They get a couple more fouls, they'll be able to get to the line here in the third quarter. Points with the clock stopped is your friend when you're trailing.
Absolutely it is. My question is, how much longer? We already seen it called once on Carr. Are they going to continue? Every time he tries to go around a corner, he takes that left arm and wants to push off.
Three in the air. Too strong. Rebound to Logan Toms. So an empty possession again for Central Christian. Logan to the top of the key. Fakes the three. Deflected into the hands of Corbin. Didn't like that he didn't get a call there, but we continue on. Smolin is going to get fouled. A little too much of the reach there. And that's going to go against Bardisher, and that'll be his first foul. So of all the players you wanted to maybe create a foul there, it's him. So everybody else is in foul trouble for Central Christian.
And that's a great job getting the ball to the high post against the zone. Another thing you want to do.
Corbin back to Logan. Loses the handle for a second. Gets it inside. Huge foul. And that'll send Culler to the line. But, I mean, you're taught in basketball, if the ball's inside, he's going up for a layup, you make sure he does not get the ball in the hoop. It wasn't flagrant. He was going for the arms. He'll get 2 foul shots. That's going to be the second on Martin.
Good hard-nosed defense there by Martin. No easy baskets if you're going to come in the paint. In and out, no good. So Martin at least saves a point.
Now, if that was contact to the head, it'd be a completely different story. We'd be talking about a flagrant, but no, he got pretty much the wrists on the big swipe. It looked pretty hard, but that's what you want to do to try to keep the ball out of the hoop.
Well, and he also stopped the arm motion as soon as he made contact. He didn't forcefully come through the body with a swinging motion.
And it pays off because he misses both. Central Christian, nice pass left side. Carr, right side now, 3 in the air. Nothing hit there, and it's a rebound to Lucas. Logan tried to drive it in, gets over the Corbin Toms. Ball swatted out for the moment, and now we're going to get a foul on Ensley. That'll be his third, team's fifth.
And again, Coach Martin's going to have to dig into that bench that he's got down there. That's the third Comet with 3 or more, including Coleman with 4.
So time for you folks to make fun of me. I saw the timeouts for Lucas were 4. I called those fouls. Lucas only with 2 fouls in this second half so far. So Central Christian a little ways away from getting to the bonus there. It's Lucas now with a chance to get into the bonus with a couple more fouls by Central Christian. Howard gets it back out to Logan Toms. Now the Corbin. Corbin fakes the 3, gets a man in the air, gets it inside to Smolin. Layup no good, and where's this foul going to be against? We'll see. And it's going to go against Rower and his third. So on the rebound attempt, they did say Rower went over the back. And fun fact, there is actually no such thing as an over-the-back call. It's the body into the back. I learned that from a couple referees. There's no such thing as the over-the-back. If you reach over and grab the ball from them without contact, that's not an over-the-back. But if you create the contact on the body, they call it a body foul.
I tell you what, how many unofficial official rules do we find out every year when it comes to high school basketball?
They're going to get Martin on this foul on the rebound attempt. And now Lucas will go to the line for the 1-and-1. Corbin Toms leading all scorers with 10 points. We'll look to add on here. Nobody scored here in the last couple of minutes, but Lucas is fine with that because they maintain the 31-17 lead.
And this is where if you're Central Christian, you're kind of in a pinch. You're down 31-17, 32-17 now after the Toms free throw. There's 2:24 left in the third quarter, and now every time a foul occurs, the Lucas Cubs can step to the line to get points without the clock running.
15-point lead for the Cubs. Make that 16. Corbin, 4 of 4, knock on wood, tonight from the free throw line. 33-17. Carr, he's going to try a 3. Again, off the back iron. Corbin with the rebound, nearly lost the handle. And we're going to get a foul against Ensley, his 4th, and Corbin's going to go back to the line.
That's the second Comet with 4 fouls, maybe even the third.
4th. It's second. There's 3 with 3 fouls as well.
I'm really curious to see how much longer Coach Martin just goes with these 6 guys. As Coleman checks back into the game, he's got 4 already.
So I have personally been in a situation as a freshman. Freshman year, we only had 7 players. 1 player got hurt. Another player fouled out, and I had to play for a good 3-4 minutes, and it was not good. But that's the situation. You save those JV players until you absolutely have to.
Absolutely. And, hey, you never know. You might throw one in the game, and they make those shots that your other guys haven't been able to make so far tonight. As we're going to have a Cubs foul.
That's going to go against – it's going to be Josh Bircher with his first foul. So many Cubs into the game, it's hard to look at my scorebook right now and determine who it is. Martin picks up his dribble. Now he's going to pull up off the front iron, no good. 25th defensive rebound by the Cubs here with 1:41 left in the quarter on the Ohio Valley Manufacturing scoreboard, 33-17 Lucas. Corbin backs it out. Picks up his dribble. Somebody's going to have to come to him, and that's Michael Howard. Howard crosses over. Gives it up to Church. Church loses the handle, gives it away. 14th turnover by Lucas. Carr. This time he's able to set up for three, but again missed, but an offensive rebound. Pass inside, reverse layup. Nicely done. Bottersher off the offensive rebound.
He's been a bright spot for them tonight as a freshman. He has stepped up and made some shots.
Under a minute to play third quarter. 33-19. Corbin gets past the defender, gets into the lane. That's going to be a kick. Tried getting it to the block to Collar, but it went off the foot of a Central Christian player. And they went down underneath the bucket with 44 seconds left.
And, you see that there. I love seeing these guys playing the game, but sometimes these no-look passes that they attempt might be a little bit too much. If he looks at Kohler there, that ball maybe doesn't get kicked.
It looked like the ref was going to call a charge for a second, but at the last second changed his mind, and that's now going to be the fourth on Rower. And now 3 Comets with 4 fouls as Corbin Toms once again will go to the line for a 1-and-1, the final 1-and-1. So the whole fourth quarter, Lucas is going to be in the double bonus. Free throw good, 13 points for Corbin.
And the Cubs aren't shooting a phenomenal percentage from the line tonight, but it's a very good percentage that if you keep putting them at the line, they're going to make majority of their free throws, and that's where you're going to run into, this game going from 10, 11 points like we've seen in the first half to we're at 16.
Rower will go to the line for 2 free throws, but thanks to the shooting of Toms from the free throw line, 4-4 in the second half, it's at least going to help that percentage. Birchshire is going to call for his second foul as Rower will go to the line for 2. Rower hits the first. His first point of the second half. Only 2 field goals by Central Christian here in the third quarter. Makes them both.
Smooth free throw, but that's that Cubs suffocating defense that we've been talking about finally coming out. They're forcing turnovers, making Central Christian take tougher shots. They've still got their open looks, but they've been tougher shots.
Martin's going to get called for his 4th foul. And now it's a double bonus. So Corbin will step to the line once again. 4 Comets with 4 fouls. And for the first time in the second half, first time in this game actually, Corbin misses from the free throw line. But answers right back. 15 points for Corbin. It's 36-21. And possibly the final shot going to be coming up here by Central Christian. Martin gets it across the timeline. Spin move. Pulls up and gets it to fall.
What a great move there by Martin to get a layup.
Nice pass inside. Layup shot no good, though. And that's how the quarter will end. We played 3 at the Cub Cave. You should take a look at the nice floater. Lucas leads at 36-23 as we head to money time coming up after the break.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, Start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Fourth quarter just about to begin here from the Cub Cave. And once again, Coach Eisman not pretty happy with the effort from his boys tonight here. You know, it might be opening night rust. But nonetheless, Lucas leading by 13. Travis Berardi alongside Joshua Banks here from the Cub Cave. Central Christian will get the first possession and will maintain possession.
You have a kicked ball violation.
Martin will inbound. Gets it to Coleman, who hasn't seen much time tonight due to foul trouble. Nice backdoor cut, layup shot off the rim. Goes out of bounds to the Cubs. Walter back into the game for the Cubs, as well as Antrican. Logan, double team, about to get a 5-second count, gets it away though.
And it looks like the Comets have went away from their zone. They're running more of a trapping man-to-man defense now.
And Hunter Church makes them pay with his first free field goal of the game. It's 38-23, back to a 15-point game.
Great spin move and finish there by Church.
Martin gets it top of the key to Coleman. Inside the rower. Back out, 3 in the air for Brodesher, no good. Rebound Lucas.
Another rebound for Kohler.
Logan Toms, right side, 3 in the air, yes. Antrican can hit from beyond the arc, it's 40-23. Martin looking to answer from inside the arc, no good. Rebound Logan Toms. Logan into the lane, gets it left side, and that is what Coach Taylor Eisman wanted to see. Drive it in, draw the defense, and then dish it off. And Hayden Culler will go to the line for 2. And that is what you need to do.
And Rohr is actually going to foul out of the game at this point.
He will foul out with 4 points. And we will see Ruben Carr check in.
As now you see Coach Martin has to get a little bit deeper with Rohr fouling out.
Hayden, a 59% free throw shooter last season.
Short.
Off the front end.
And I've noticed, too, a lot of these shots by both teams, especially Central Christian, they've been long.
It also might be tired legs due to the early, first couple games of the season, not quite into shape after soccer and football. But he does drain the second. His first made free throw of the night, he has 5 points. 41-23. Tough shot there by Richard Carr. His first field goal of the second half.
That's a great move by Carr to get to the right side and throw it up and get a bucket.
(42-25) Lucas. Right side, another 3 in the air. This time short, offensive rebound. Puts it back up and in. Hunter Church off the offensive board.
And now the Cubs are just starting to outwork the Comets on the boards.
One and done for Carr, and back comes Logan Toms and company. Logan Backs it out. A 1-4 look, gets it inside. Layup shot, no good. Rebound the Carr. And we'll get a foul, I think the 4th against Logan Toms.
That will be the 4th on Logan Toms.
And we're going to get a full timeout by Coach Craig Martin and Central Christian. 44-25, the score.
And it's been continued shooting woes for Central Christian. They've knocked down 1-3 all night. And the Cubs are starting to get the defensive pressure that they want. They're not giving up the wide open shots anymore. They're forcing contested shots. If you're going to make it, we're going to be in your face and we're going to make it a hard shot.
Let's take a look at the nice turnout here for opening night. We had a decent crowd as well for the girls' basketball game earlier on. Lucas winning that one 43-34. Cubs looking for the sweep, but great turnout here on a Friday night. First full week of high school basketball for the boys and girls combined. And we will be right back with you tomorrow. Danville Centerburg. Brian Skoronsky and myself, if Brian has a voice, we'll be down there in Danville for that game. Lucas able to set up its full court pressure once again. And another fresh face, Caleb Hagerman, checking in for Central Christian. Ruben Carr gets into the lane, and he's going to go to the line for 2.
And again, that's another freshman on the floor for Central Christian. So that's 4 freshmen on the floor for this team right now. 5. I do believe all 5, possibly. No, Coleman is on the floor. So 4 of the 5 players on the floor right now for Central Christian are freshmen. So they are very, very young as Carr misses the front end.
And there may be some lumps taken by the Central Christian squad this season just because of the youth that they have. But it's times like these for these younger players, they get valuable varsity time. It'll pay off down the road. Five minutes left in regulation. And the Cubs turn it over. Ruben again into the lane. Count the bucket. Bucket in the foul.
Good blocking call as Antrikin was moving as Carr went into him.
Wasn't quite set, so get the 2 points. Unable to hit the free throw, however. And back comes Lucas. 44-28. Into the lane, layup too strong. Offensive rebound, Logan Toms, and he's fouled on the floor. He'll go to the line for 2.
Great job by Tom Steele getting an offensive rebound and force a foul there so he can step to the line to shoot 2 free throws.
And that's going to be the 5th foul on Lyle Ensley. He will finish with 2 points. And coming in will be Brian Martin, who also has 4 fouls. Zach Deal will check back in for Lucas after this first free throw. Logan with 8 points. Can't get the friendly bounce. Second free throw up and good. Martin across the timeline, gets it left side to Coleman. Works it back around, nearly walked, but instead does turn it over anyway. Back comes Logan Toms. Inside, layup shot, no good though. Rebound to Central Christian. Baderscher back to Ruben Carr. Coming up on the midway point of the fourth quarter. Spin move, kick outside. Martin for three. Yes.
His second three of the evening.
Get him 11 points. It's 45-31. Now, I want to see. They have 44 on the scoreboard. I don't know if they maybe took away a three and made it a two. I'll have to ask the scorer's table if we get a chance here later. That shot out of bounds. It'll go to Central Christian.
Bobby Collins going to check into the game for the Cubs for the first time this evening. Another senior on the floor for Lucas.
Under 3:30 left. And we'll get a timeout, a 30-second timeout by Kidron. 44-45, 31 on the Ohio Valley Manufacturing scoreboard. One timeout left for Kidron. Scoreboard says it, so we will. Even though I looked through my scoring, it's right as well. They never gave the foul shot, so I don't know if they're compensating. Maybe they took the three away and just didn't decide not to change it. I don't know, but hopefully it doesn't come down to that point.
We'll see what happens. We still got 3 minutes left of basketball.
4 timeouts remaining for Lucas, 1 for Kidron Central Christian. Lucas in the double bonus, Kidron in the single bonus. Nice pass inside the car, but a charge. Offensive foul, that's his 4th. That time they were able to get their feet set. So take a look at the replay. Yep, easily. Bobby Collins right in, had position.
That's just a great job by Collins to step in. As Coach just said, he sat on the bench all game, steps in, first possession in the game, draws a charge because he sat, he played where he was supposed to play on the defensive end and did what he was supposed to do.
And a turnover. Walter was trapped and gave it away. Only the 4th turnover by Lucas in the second half. They've really cleaned things up. Nearly gave it right back, but Baderscher saves things. And now we're going to get a foul against Lucas, so 1-1 coming up for Central Christian. See who the foul is on.
I believe it's going to be on Walter. Yep.
His first. Grayson Jackson now will come in and replace him. Free throw up, off the back iron, no good.
And another rebound by the Cubs.
30th defensive rebound. Church gives it to Logan Toms. Now to Zach Deal. Logan looking, gets it into Church. Church from the elbow. Flatlined that one, no good. Rebound to Central Christian.
It almost looked like he wanted to take one more dribble to get a little closer for a little floater, and he couldn't.
Carr takes it in, misses, gets his own rebound, misses again. Although Coach Martin did like the take by him, just couldn't finish.
Yeah, that's one of those JV kids that we were talking about that had to come in this situation, and he's done well in the time that he's been on the floor.
Approaching 2 minutes left in the game, 44-31 Lucas. And the Cubs turn it over again. 17th turnover. Baderscher Right side, and we're going to get a foul. More free throws. Jackson's going to get called for his first. So exactly what Central Christian needs to do right here. Stop the clock, make free throws. Coleman's still looking for his first points of the game.
Missed the front end of the 1-and-1 last time he was at the line.
We'll get a substitution. Howard will check back in for Church. .158 left, Lucas by 13. First free throw up, good. Finally breaks onto the board. 44-32.
We'll see how long Coach Eisman leaves the 5 on the floor that he has on the floor with his Corbin Toms, Smolin. Majority of the starters currently on the bench for the Cubs.
Makes them both. 44-33. Deal gets it into the corner, back out to him. Works around, gets it to Howard. Inside to Logan Toms, triple team, back out, 3 in the air, yes! Bobby Collins.
First shot of the night, and he puts it in.
47-33 with 90 seconds left. And we're going to get another reach-in foul by Jackson, not something you wanted to do. And now Central Christian will go to the line for 2 free throws. Take a look at that 3 from the corner.
Something they haven't had all game long. They're still up 15.
Only the third made 3 by the Cubs tonight. Free throw in and out. Two of 4 from the line tonight is Coleman. Second free throw, good. 47-34. 80 seconds left. Howard, triple team, gets it to the corner. That's Collins, but he walked. 18th Lucas turnover.
18 turnovers on the night for the Cubs. Very uncharacteristic. Coach Eisman's not going to be happy about that.
Baderscher into the lane. Can't get it to fall. 1 minute left. Toms across the timeline. And he's going to be fouled as Carr is going to foul out with 5 points.
We're going to have number...
Hagerman will check back in, Caleb Hagerman. Keaton Day, Gabe Porter, ready to check in for the Cubs. First free throw good. Porter will check in for Grayson Jackson. And that makes everybody. Missed the second. Three in the air, too strong. Rebound and a foul. That's going to against Ruben Carr, his first.
It's going to send Michael Howard to the line.
15 players on the varsity roster for Lucas. Ty Lenhart unable to play due to injury. 14 players have made it into the lineup tonight. So Coach Eisman able to see his full squad out there on opening night as Howard hits the first.
Well, and the amount of relief that has to give Coach Eisman to know I've got 14 guys on my bench that I can put in at any given time, and they can hold a lead for me or they can help me stay in a basketball game. You can't ask for much more when it comes to depth.
Howard hits them both, and Lucas has hit half 100. Nice backdoor cut, but it's stolen away. 33 seconds left as Deal will cross the timeline. Right side to Day. Passes it inside. Spin move, layup, good. Day gets an assist. Bobby Collins with his 5th point.
And Collins comes into the game 2 for 2, and a great job by Day to not be afraid. He steps in, gets a wide open pass to Collins for an assist.
And a turnover will give Lucas one more chance with the ball. Maybe Porter gets a hand on it this time, or the Cubs, if they can just get the ball across the timeline with 3 seconds left, they'll be able to run the clock out. We'll see what they do. And that's what they're going to do, as Deal will let the clock run out, and the Lucas Cubs are going to start off 1-0. It's a final from the Cub Cave. Lucas knocks off Kidron Central Christian 52-34. We'll take a break. Josh will be back with our MVP. We'll have stats analysis and much more on this opening night win for the Cubs. We'll be back right here on the OH Report.
You have better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Welcome back to the Mechanics Bank post-game show from the Cub Cave on opening night. The Lucas Cubs get the victory 52-34. As you see the fans in their camo student section tonight. Or you can or maybe can't. Never know. Maybe like John Cena. Can't see them in the camo. I digress, though, as we bring you back in here and take a look at the final statistics of the evening, brought to you by Mechanics Bank. 52-34 the final. 16 made field goals to 11. 3 threes. We finally saw some threes in the second half, folks. 3 threes by the Cubs, 2 threes by the Comets. 41 rebounds to 22. 33 defensive rebounds, 8 offensive for Lucas, 17 defensive rebounds for Central Christian, 5 offensive rebounds, but twice did those offensive rebounds, 2 of them come in 1 possession. So Lucas did a really good job of keeping Kidron Central Christian one and done on the offensive end. Turnovers 18-15. Lucas was 6 in the second half, while Kidron had 5, so they both cleaned things up in that second half. 25 fouls to 17. 3 players foul out for Central Christian. Most likely because they have such a small bench, but 3 fouled out. Lucas with 17 fouls, as Kidron was shooting in the single bonus at the end of the first half, and they were in the double bonus to finish the game. Foul shots, pretty well done by both sides. Kidron was 4 of 5 at the break. They finished 10 of 15, so a little bit worse in the second half. While Lucas, they were 7 of 10. They finished 17 of 27. Both teams a little bit worse there as the half ends. Score by quarter, 14-6 Lucas, 9-8 in the second to make it 23-14, 13-9 in the third, and then a 16-11 fourth quarter to make it 52-34. All right, we'll take a break, and when we come back, our MVP brought to you by BS Media Productions. You're watching high school basketball right here exclusively on the OH Report.
Better things to do than to job hunt or scramble to find your next great hire. So let Spherion do it. We say local is our superpower because we live and work where you live and work. We know the Mid-Ohio job market, and we're locally owned. So you won't find a partner who's more engaged and literally invested in your success. If you're ready for something better, start with Spherion. Visit us online at midohiojobs.net or call 419-747-7479.
Josh Banks here with our BS Media Productions MVP player of the game, Logan Toms, senior point guard for the Lucas Cubs. Finishes the evening with 15 points, 7 of 8 from the line. What really was the game plan going into tonight, knowing what they were going to do defensively, and how sweet is it to avenge your one Mid-Buckeye Conference loss from last year?
They're one of those teams that you kind of dread all year because you know no matter how many guys they got or what talent they got, their coach is going to be all over them. They're going to play as hard as they can, and that's one of those teams on your schedule where preseason you know this team's going to absolutely work their butts off. So that's just one of those games you like to get in there and get the win and get out. and I'll be thankful when I'm done playing that coach because he's one great coach for sure.
And as you know, we'd love to let you give a shout out. Anybody you want to after the game tonight, parents, coaches, your student section. I respect you for talking to them and telling them how good of a job you did. So give your shout out for the night.
I got 2 shout outs. One, Riley Gossam at Heidelberg, my brother. And then Jack Dalp, always an AAU coach when we were younger and just always pushed us, and it was all about fundamentals. So those 2.
All right, that's Corbin Toms, our BS Media Productions MVP player of the game. Hey, great game tonight, bud.
Thank you. Thank you, guys.
Thank you very much, Joshua. We bring it back up here to wrap things up. Lucas with the 52-34 final score. Next up for both teams, well, Lucas right back at it tomorrow. They're at Crestline tomorrow night for their second MBC contest of the season. But for Kidron Central Christian, they get a week off. They'll regroup before heading to the Cage at Loudonville Friday night, December 9th. Also, make sure every Monday, live on Facebook and YouTube, the OH Report video podcast. And also, tomorrow, we will have girls basketball for you. Danville and Centerburg, myself and possibly Brian Skronsky, if he has his voice back, will be on the call of that. But that'll wrap things up here from the Cub Cave. Want to thank all of our sponsors for making things possible, as well as everybody else. Josh Banks on color commentary. Hayden Gray on camera. Our sponsors tonight, Mechanics Bank, pregame, halftime, postgame sponsor, Ohio Valley Manufacturing, our scoreboard sponsor, BS Media Productions, our MVP sponsor, and Spherion Mid-Ohio, our commercial sponsor. Want to thank Adam Thompson as well, running the 1s and 2s this evening, producing, also getting the cool graphics and whatnot. I want to thank the fine folks here at Lucas High School. Not only is he the head coach, but he's the AD, so we want to thank Taylor Eisman for allowing us to be here this evening. And most importantly, we want to thank you, the fans, for watching. The Lucas Cubs get win number 1 on opening night. They defeat Central Christian 52-34. For Josh Banks, I'm Travis Berardi saying so long from Lucas.